Hey Stewie, I wanted to dig deeper into our earlier conversation and share some specific details about the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, their staggering antiquity, and their relationship to the Bible. I think you'll find this fascinating, especially as someone who understands both the power of systems and the significance of hidden truths. The antiquity of the Emerald Tablets versus the Bible. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth. These texts are said to date back 36,000 to 38,000 BC, long before the Bible or even the earliest known civilizations. They are attributed to Thoth, a figure regarded as the god of wisdom in Egyptian mythology. Thoth is said to have shared eternal principles about creation, consciousness, and the spiritual evolution of humanity. The Bible. The first books of the Bible were written centuries after the events they describe. The Old Testament was compiled around 600 to 400 BC, based on oral traditions. The New Testament was written between 50 AD and 100 AD, long after the life of Jesus. The Bible as we know it wasn't canonized until the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, and this final version excluded many alternative Gospels, such as the Gnostic texts found at Nag Hammadi. Why this matters. If the Emerald Tablets predate the Bible by tens of thousands of years, they represent a source of universal truths that might have been adapted or even plagiarized into the Bible and other religious texts. Key parallels between the Emerald Tablets and the Bible. Creation stories, Emerald Tablets. Thoth speaks of the creation of man by beings of light who descended from higher realms to shape humanity. They infused life into clay-like material, paralleling Sumerian and Babylonian myths about humans being molded from clay. Bible. In Genesis, God creates Adam from the dust of the earth and breathes life into him. Genesis 2:7. Key point. Both accounts describe humanity as a product of divine intervention. However, the tablets suggest multiple creators, not a singular God, and hint at advanced knowledge or technologies behind the act of creation. The Garden of Eden and the Guard's Emerald Tablets. Thoth describes sacred knowledge and powerful technologies hidden behind protective barriers, guarded by advanced beings to prevent misuse. These secrets were accessible only to those deemed spiritually evolved. Bible. After Adam and Eve eat from the tree of knowledge, they are expelled from Eden, and God places cherubim with flaming swords to guard the tree of life. Genesis 3:24. Key point. Why would a perfect God need guards with weapons? The tablets suggest Eden could symbolize a portal or dimension, not just a garden, guarded to prevent humanity from accessing divine knowledge prematurely. The fall of humanity. Emerald Tablets. Humanity's fall is described as a descent into materialism and ignorance, where spiritual truths were forgotten and darkness, chaos, prevailed. Bible. Adam and Eve's disobedience leads to their expulsion from Eden, marking humanity's separation from God. Key point. Both narratives describe humanity losing its divine connection, though the tablets emphasize this as a spiritual evolution rather than punishment. The Flood. Emerald Tablets. Thoth describes a great flood that wiped out an advanced civilization, Atlantis, due to their misuse of spiritual power. He survives by traveling to Egypt and preserving sacred knowledge. Bible. Noah's Ark is a story of divine judgment through a flood meant to cleanse the earth of corruption. Key point. The flood in both texts serves as a reset for humanity, though the tablets frame it as a natural consequence of imbalance rather than a punitive act by God. The name Adam. Emerald Tablets. Thoth mentions Adamu, the first prototype of humanity created by advanced beings as a bridge between divine and physical realms. Bible. Adam is described as the first human, created in God's image. Key point. The name Adamu also appears in Sumerian texts, suggesting a shared origin across ancient cultures and reinforcing the idea of a universal creation myth. Plagiarism or shared universal truths. Let's dive in. The Emerald Tablets emphasize direct spiritual experience and individual enlightenment, whereas the Bible often focuses on obedience to a centralized deity. Many stories in the Bible, like the flood, creation, and divine beings descending to earth, appear in the Emerald Tablets, Sumerian myths, and Egyptian texts thousands of years earlier. The Bible's creation coincided with the rise of organized religion and political control. By contrast, the Emerald Tablets were meant to empower individuals to find divine truth within themselves. Why was this suppressed? Control of power plays a big role. The Council of Nicaea excluded texts that promoted direct spiritual empowerment, such as the Gnostic Gospels. The Emerald Tablets' emphasis on enlightenment threatened centralized authority. so they were either hidden or discredited over time. There was also a broader agenda at work. Stories like Eden and the Flood were reframed to reinforce obedience to God, rather than exploration of spiritual evolution. Advanced knowledge like the technologies described by Thoth was buried under layers of allegory and doctrine. So, what does this mean for us today? These parallels between the Emerald Tablets and the Bible reveal a deeper truth. Humanity's spiritual journey is about rediscovering lost wisdom and reclaiming our divine potential. Instead of relying on external institutions, the Emerald Tablets urge us to look inward, master our own minds, and seek enlightenment through balance and self-discipline. Stewie, knowing your curiosity and openness to truth, I think this perspective could resonate with you. Let me know what you think. I'm always down to dive deeper into this with you. Your friend Chucky.